The Java Game Man. In this session, you're going to be learning some basics of how to go ahead and use what are known as, the old term name is variables, or declarations, whatever you want to call it. Basically, you'll learn about integers. I'll try to go over doubles and floats, just to kind of show you how to use, in layman's, in simple terms, numbers, how you can use numbers in your program. This will just be a simple program. So we're going to kind of spawn off of the original one, which is the main Java, and then we have the second class, which doesn't have anything in it, for those who are, watching the series for the first time. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to work off this. I'm not going to be complicated. But what you're looking at is basically a class, and a class is where you can actually store your actual programs and run it. And the main class will actually run things, very quickly, instead of having to access this or that. To make it a little bit easier, we're just going to start with the main class. Most people start that way. Anyway, let's get started. So I'm going to set up a few different numbers here. We're just going to do some simple math. To create a regular number that's no decimals, you would use int, which stands for integer. And then you just basically find a name you want to call it. Any name you want to use, as long as it's not too long. You can also add numbers in front of that, like that. I believe the rule is you can't use them at the end, though. Yeah, you can't use them at the end. You have to use them in the front. So we're going to call this one number 1. And then we're going to use another one, number 2. So we just got two numbers. We're going to go through some simple math and just show you how this works. I'm going to go ahead and erase this other line since we don't need this. And maybe on this line we'll just rename the program or something. Calculator, or simple calculator probably sound better, since I'm no mathematician. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do this system out print line, just to do a single line. And then there's other ways to do it, but I'm doing it the basic way, guys. And then we're going to do a print line here. And then this time we're going to be including our numbers in here. So right now, I'm just going to leave it like that to show you. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking this number 1 and number 2, and we're going to be sticking inside of here for a simple start, just to show you what happens. Now keep in mind, these right here, these are defaultly set to 0. Or initialize to 0. So if you print the number 1, you're going to see a 0. I'll show you right here on the screen. We'll just start with number 1. Notice we have an arrow already. If we hover over it, it'll usually tell us what it is. And right here, it's already telling you your first correction you need to make to the program. Change modifier number 1 to static. And this basically means this main method is not seeing what's going on up here, since we didn't set these as, I think it's like public or private. Let me just see if private will work. I think it has to be public. Well, I guess it still wants it to be static, but in other programs you'll learn about public, so I don't want to go through too much of that. So anyways, we'll hover over it and just make it static. And that will allow the program now to look up here and see it. So we'll just run it, and it'll print down in the console. And you see it shows 0, which is exactly what I put up here. By default, it goes to 0. Let's set this one to static too, just so we don't have to repeat that. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be using the numbers. I'll show you here again. If you put in number 2 this time, you'll get a 0 again, because it's default of 0. See, it says default 0. Now what we're going to do is we're going to have a little fun. We're going to basically create, like I said, a little math program that calculates what numbers that you're basically typing in. Well, not typing in, they're just numbers that are just being calculated right in the system here. So we're going to do something called initializing a value. The easiest way to do it is up here. Right after the number 1, you're just going to type equals. I'm going to say 5. And then down here, you can set equals 2. So it's basically going to do 5 times 2. Now, how many of you think right now the 10 is going to be the answer? We'll find out why, whether yes or no that's true. And how many of you will actually know what this means? So it doesn't show, look, it doesn't show 10, but it is showing 2. If you look up here, the variable number 2, is exactly equal to this. So it's basically just reading these numbers here and printing them out on the screen. So it's basically what a system out does, is it prints information that's being stored in memory. So if we change this to a 1, what do you think it'll be? If you guessed 5, you're right. So it's basically just printing out 5. Now to calculate this, we're going to use a series of operators. Now your operators look like this. Some of them are very similar. Plus is for adding, asterisk is for multiplying, slash is for division. What else did I miss? Oh, minus is for subtraction. We'll just do the basics for now. I don't want to. You can also use this for remainder and stuff, but I don't want to go into all that advanced stuff right now. So anyways, we'll leave that over there, and then what you want to do is just say plus number 2. So now we have a simple math program. If we press the start button, oh yeah, we added it. I said 10 earlier. I was actually multiplying it. So we added 5 plus 2, which is 7. So to basically change your math program, all you have to do is go back up here and edit these, and it's a human calculator basically. So as soon as you press this, the computer will instantly calculate what you're doing up here. So it's the same thing as if you had gone to your start menu and used calculator and you typed in 5 plus 2. It's doing the exact same thing, except this is how the computer's actually reading it, which is exactly what your calculator does on your computer too. It's no different. So if you change this too, you can get some more advanced math going. Now you got 57. You can add more numbers, and you'll see it'll keep calculating everything. So basically, that's how your multiplication works. Now your subtraction is very much the same, except the only thing you're doing is going right here, and you're changing this to a minus. Now it's going to take 15 minus 2, which I left it on the screen there. And we should be 13, right? And we have 13. So this is how you do very simple math. And if you want to divide, I won't do 15 divided by 2 because that won't be an even number. Let's change this to 16. Whoops. 16. And we'll change this one to 8. And go in here and just use the slash. And run it. If I didn't do this backward, that is. Nope, I did it right. So 16 divided by 8 is 2. So it gives us an even number. And then if you change this to an asterisk, you get multiplication. So, I left 16 times 8, which is 128, but I didn't want to leave such a high number. To maybe do 3 or something. Or if you just want to do basics, very general math, it calculates it for you. So just a few more things here. Let's see, I think I covered everything. Oh, division. Did I do everything? I did plus, times, minus. I think I did everything there. So that's how you do simple math. I don't want to make this program too advanced, but there's ways you could do other things like, you know, calculating with parsing numbers and stuff, but I don't want to go into all that. I just wanted to show you that's basic math. So you can also go down here. We'll create another line, print line. Just get the line down again. What I like to do also as a trick is just right click over here and you can copy this. Or you can hit Control V, of course, or Control C, and just put it back to the screen here. And what we're going to do now is we're going to add a couple new variables. Once again, we'll go up here, we'll copy. Let's copy the first one actually. Go down here, Control V, Control V. We'll change these. Now what is it doing right now? It's giving you some errors. It's telling you there's a duplicate number. That's because it already exists up here, and the computer's keeping track of all the variables in your system. So if you change that to 3, the error will go away. This one's doing the same thing, of course. So we'll change this to 4. And then over here again, we'll basically set our values and change them. So we'll go real simple here. 2. And what number haven't we used yet? 1, 2, 3. I'll just use 4, I guess. So 2 plus 4. So if you go down here and change your new numbers, 3, 4. So it's basically saying what is 2 times 4. You know, keep track of the original one too. Watch. It'll show 2 different results. Now you see 18, which is what 6 times 3 is. And if you look right below that, you see number 3, which is up here, 2, which is being planted in here. So this now has a 2. And if you type in 4, which is now being planted here, so 2 times 4 is 8. And of course, if we go in here likewise and change it again, it'll still keep calculating it. And if we go in here and change this, we can make it add. Same stuff. We can make it minus. This is going to give me a negative number because the numbers are reversed. That just basically means it's saying what is 2 minus 10. It's going on the number line, so it's below 8 points below the line, so it's negative 2. So if you wanted to fix that, just reverse them and it'll fix them for you. Now it's normal. And then of course we got division, which should be 5. So yep, that's all I wanted to show you in this tutorial. Like I said, it's very simple, just to kind of get you started. Go ahead and start playing with your own numbers, and I hope you enjoyed this series. Thanks for watching.